Okay, the December meeting of the Area Planning Commission will come to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Ryan Baker,
Present.
Tammy Bolin, Sean Bunch,
Present.
James Chrisman,
Yes.
Mark Linkenbeard,
Here.
John Collette,
Here.
Jeff Ford,
Here.
Norm Forderman,
Here.
Don Folk,
Here.
John Hanley,
Here.
Marcus Mauer,
Here.
Debbie May, William Burdine,
Here.
Fred Wilson.
Here. Could everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I think everyone's had an opportunity to read the status report and the minutes of the previous meeting. Do we have any corrections?
Motion approved. Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion passes. There's anyone here on public comments that you know of? Okay. Director's report.
Just one quick reminder, next month we will begin our regular scheduled meetings at 6 p.m. instead of 7. So if you show up at 7, you probably miss it. So just a reminder.
Remind me of that, will you?
And yeah, we'll be sure to, Devin will be sure to highlight it on your stuff, and when she calls, she'll remind you, I'm sure, so.
Okay, thank you. Do you have anything at all? No. Okay.
Motion for approval then.
Have a second? Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay. The first item is under county rezonings, docket number 86, UCO 14-2023, 4016 Douglas Avenue, West Terre Haute, from an A1 to an R1 single-family residential district. The tabled, need a motion?
So moved.
Second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Table. Okay, the next item is docket number 94, special orders 41, 2023, 906 and 914 North Fruit Ridge Avenue, from C2, C6, and R1 to a C4 restricted central business.
Property owners is DIY Rentals, Inc. Proposed use is equipment and party rental store. Proposed zoning is C4 Restricted Central Business District. Current zoning is C2 Community Commerce District, C6 Strip Business, and R1 Single Family Residence District. Property is located on the northwest corner of North Fruit Ridge Avenue and Plum Street. Common address is 906 and 914 North Fruit Ridge Avenue. It is suburban residential. It has R1 to the northwest and south, C2 to the south, and M2 to the east. The petitioner is requesting to rezone to C4 for an equipment and party rental store. The property is currently an abandoned liquor store and a vacant residential lot. They are proposing an addition of unspecified size to sit 10 feet to the west of the existing structure connected by a 10 by 10 breezeway. The property addressed at 906 Fruit Ridge is already zoned commercially. The area is a mix of residential, commercial, and manufacturing. The Department of Engineering has stated that the intended use of the property as an equipment and party rental store would not alter the neighborhood's characteristic, create any traffic hazards, or create any specific problems for the surrounding area. The lots may need to be combined. Staff recommends a favorable recommendation with the following conditions: site plan approval, including parking and stormwater drainage by the Department of Engineering.
Okay, is the petitioner present? Is there anything you'd like to add or any questions? Okay, any questions from the planning commission? Anyone speaking in opposition? Have a motion? Motion approved. Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item, docket number 95, special ordinance 42, 2023, 1339 Poplar Street, from a C6 to a C7 general central business.
Property owner is DIY Rentals, Inc. Proposed use, self-storage units. Proposed zoning, C5 General Central Business District. Current zoning is C6 Strip Business District. The property is located on the south side of Poplar and just east of South 13th and a half Street. Common address is 1339 Poplar Street, Terre Haute. It is a reuse and redevelopment area. It has C6 and C5 to the north, R2 and C5 to the east, R2 to the south, and C6, C5, and R2 to the west. The petitioner is requesting to rezone the property to allow for self-storage units. The parcels to the east, also owned by DIY Rentals, are Zone C5, and self-storage units have already been constructed. The site plan does not show parking or setbacks. The site plan and stormwater drainage plan will need to be approved by city engineering. The Department of Engineering has stated that the intended use of the property would not alter the neighborhood's characteristic or create any significant problems for the surrounding area. They provided a favorable recommendation. Staff offers a favorable recommendation with the following conditions: site plan approval of stormwater drainage by city engineering.
Okay, is the petitioner present? No idea. Anything else you want to add? Any questions from the planning commission? Anyone in opposition? Oh, I'm sorry.
You know, I drove by that, my parents grew up in that area.
Yeah.
I drove by that area. How's that gonna look when it's finished? Because it doesn't look real good right now.
It's been a long process, because I'm doing most of it myself, trying to save money. But, so my end game, the property we're trying to rezone now, extends backwards about a block and 2.5 blocks back. We want to make it all match to the current stuff that I was just, well, not myself, doing the building now. But it'll all be fenced in, entrance on 13th and half, and an entrance on 14th Street.
I'm just worried about that area, that it's in town.
I feel like I've cleaned it up a lot from what it was a year
Here's where you
ago.
could have, well,
It was pretty rough.
some people don't remember the old house that was there.
It was bad.
And it's so, I'm just worried about that part of that area that's inside our city, we're going down the hill.
Yeah,
Because of,
anything you guys want to recommend that keep looking clean, I'd be happy to listen to.
Okay, is there anyone speaking in opposition to this petition? Not that I have a motion.
Move for favorable recommendation.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item is docket number 97, special orders 45, 2023, 3518 Buckeye Street and 921 North 36th Street from an R1 to an O1 agricultural.
Property owner is Ronald E. Smith. Proposed use is residential house and farm animals, including but not limited to goats. Proposed zoning is O1 agricultural district. Current zoning is R1 single-family residential district. The properties are located on Buckeye Street and North 36th Street in abutting Lost Creek. It is marked as an industrial area. It is R1 to the northeast and south and M2 to the west. The petitioner is requesting to rezone to O1 agricultural in order to have a residential home as well as farm animals. The petitioner has stated that they currently have Nigerian dwarf pygmy, Sanine, alpine, and fainting goats. The petition did reference to possibly having other animals. The proposed use was stated as including but not limited to goats. The parcels requested have approximately 0.49 acres and 2.25 acres. The petition is the result of a code enforcement violation. City code prohibits agricultural animals within city limits. Code enforcement did not have any additional information to provide when contacted. This could be considered spot zoning if spot zoning exists if the area is small compared to districts surrounding the parcel in question. The new district allows land uses inconsistent with those allowed in the vicinity. The spot zone would confer a special benefit on the individual property owner, not commonly enjoyed by the owners of the similar property. The existence of the spot zone conflicts with the policies in the text of the master plan and the future land use map. Lost Creek borders both parcels. Permits from the Indiana Department of Natural Resources are required for any fencing or development that occurs in the regulatory floodway. The Department of Engineering provided an unfavorable recommendation, but did not provide further explanation. Staff defers to the recommendation of the Department of Engineering.
Okay, petitioner present. Anything you'd like to add or any questions you have?
Really, there's not much to add to it. I own everything back there in that area except for one house. It is not in a floodplain. None of it is in a floodplain. Really, the neighborhood that does adjoin to the end of our property, they come back there daily, let kids play with the goats and different things like that. And haven't had any issues up until 6 months ago because of one neighbor moved in after we've had this stuff already, so. That's really about all I've got to say on it.
Okay, you own the property, the woods directly behind it also?
The woods to the, what would that be, the?
The west?
West of it, no, that's just, S and G Excavating owns that. It's kind of just forgotten about ground, really. They don't do nothing with it.
What's the zoning on the parcels surrounding it,
All R1 except to the west.
except to the west? So we're, actually,
M2, yeah.
okay. Any questions from the plan commission? Is there anyone who'd like to speak in opposition to this? Yes, sir, can you come to the?
You're gonna rezone that for agriculture, there's gonna be a limitation on what kind of animals, how many. And as far as I'm concerned, neighbors, it's animals during the summer, kind of a nerve from them. You live in the north and then down the south, you can smell it. The more zones you get, the worse it's gonna get. We're in a small area, no vegetation there on the street. You can smell them.
They are actually in a 1 acre fenced in parcel right now, and we have no intentions of getting any more animals. We've had them there for 3 years. And we just have the one neighbor that has complained up until now.
Okay, so this is due to an action on the part of
The city.
the city, basically saying you're violating this.
To answer the gentleman's question, I believe if it is zoned agricultural and remains as such, that it would fall under the Indiana Right to Farm Act. Once that has been demonstrated and proven, then they could do anything that the state defines as agricultural or agricultural, which would be cows, horses, chickens.
Does the size of the lot limit that?
Well, and then immediately adjoining his lot, that whole area, what is it? Is it A1?
M1.
Is it M1? Okay. Any other questions from anyone? Would you like to speak to this?
That would be 5, at least 5. You just go by the kinds of those things, draws are on. It's at least 5. How many goats do you have?
I have 11.
11? And
Yes.
How big is your parcel?
What's that?
How big is the parcel?
We're just on just over an acre right now, but there's actually almost 10 acres back there.
Yeah. And that's one reason I talked about moving them around to the, what was it, the 930,
The 921 North
the 921, 26. There's no neighbors around there. The adjoining property to that's had horses on it forever, and he got rid of them just a few years back.
Go ahead.
And this is nothing against you, it feels like we're stepping backwards because it's already zoned as a residential neighborhood. I'm gonna have to side with the folks out here, with my neighbors, I would be upset because
They purchased
of
the
the
house, we
smell.
were told we were in.
Yeah, we was,
Well,
they had goats on it then.
Then I'd go back to whoever sold the house and they probably told you. No, but I mean, they told, you probably got some misinformation on that, I doubt if they,
I don't know. Like I said, he had said it was he had a few goats there at the time. I put them there because the area they're talking about it was full of poison, thicket, nasty. I put them in there so they could knock the vegetation
be
down.
afraid if we approve something like this, we open ourselves up to have to approve it every time. I think
Right.
we come in and we just don't feel like that's the right thing to do. Surround people.
Okay, is there, yes, sir.
Also is that creek that runs through there, if something with spill or, accumulation of manure or whatever could wash into that waterway from that. You know, it's not limited to where that stuff couldn't run into that creek.
Sure. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak to this issue? Yes, ma'am.
It's around the corner, around where the corner, as you come back to our property.
Do you need some names?
No. There's nothing else going in there. And the way that the levee or creek bank is there, it'll actually be on the lower side of that. It won't be on the creek itself. Probably won't even see them over in that area,
Okay.
where the barn is.
Okay. Ma'am, can I have your name and address, please, for the record? Did you get that? I need the gentleman right here. Can we have your name and address?
Greg Thomas, 3511 Sheridan Drive.
Okay, and the lady right here. Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else that wants to speak this issue?
I have a question.
Sure.
I'd like to ask the staff, can we override the code enforcement issue?
Well,
Well, you said it was a code violation. I say, how?
It was brought about as a result of an enforcement action by the city code enforcement. Rezoning this to agricultural would
So,
permit
Solve
those
his problem.
activities.
Yeah.
We keep the pen clean. I mean, during the summer, I mean, you have some times where summers are with kids, we're busy. We keep the pen cleaned up. You're more welcome to come out. There's no smell like they're saying. Right now there is.
It is bad. In the summer, when the wind's out of the south, it smells like
okay.
We're not doing nothing like that.
Okay, hang on.
I'm not doing nothing like that. No, I just want to be able to keep my handful of little goats.
Hang on. Everyone talks to the planning commission amongst each other, okay? Does anybody have anything else that's new information? Any discussion from the planning commission? Questions?
Just one question for Jared. Didn't we recently, or didn't the city recently amend their code a little bit to try to provide just a little bit of rabbits and something in the city limits, chickens or whatever? I mean, it seems like to me that that it has to stay residential and they'll have to comply with that new regulation. I would move for an unfavorable recommendation to rezone.
I think you have one more, out there that wanted to say something.
Okay, there's one other person that wanted to say something. Need your name and address. Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you. We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Yeah, I second.
Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion passes.
You want me to tell them or you tell them?
No, you tell me.
We, on rezonings, this plan commission is simply a recommending body. We make recommendations to either the county commissioners in the county or the city council in the city. This will go to the city council. They will either deny or accept it. Our recommendation to them is that they reject it.
So you
And
probably
I
want to
don't
go
know
to
when the
city
meeting,
council.
I don't, do you know when the meeting is? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, right. They do not have to abide by what we recommend, but they like for us to make recommendations, and that's what we did. Yep.
Okay, the next item is under docket number 96, UZO 16, 2023, 1749 East Industrial Drive from a C4 to a C3 regional commercial district.
The property owner is Mr. Martinez. He just recently acquired the property at 1749 East Industrial. Everybody knows it as the old bank location there, right as you get ready to go in. It's zoned to C4, and he wants to put a restaurant in there, which is fine. He could go in as a C4 to make the property a little bit more flexible for him, and in case he wants to expand any additional uses at that location, he's requested a C3 zoning, so we're in favor of that.
Okay, any questions from the
She's giving it up.
Okay.
You almost went
I
right
am not the
over.
property owner, but I do work for the company. Mario Martinez owns the property, and it's going to be under his corporation. So I'm here representing him tonight. It is planning to become a Chavez in the future.
Okay, any questions from the planning commission? Anyone speaking in opposition? Have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Is there another motion that anyone would like to make at this time? So moved. We're adjourned, thank you.